In this video, we are going to design the architecture with the modular monolithic architecture using single page applications for separated UIs. That means we will separate front end and back end applications. But before design our system, we should always ask ourselves what we have in our design toolbox and what we have learned so far. So that means every time when we design our architecture, we should always write down the functional requirements and non-functional requirements. As you can see that the function requirements always same as it is in order to create e-commerce application. So non-function requirements, we have added reliability and reusability to provide benefits from the modular monolithic architecture. And if you look at the architectures, as you can see that after the modular monolithic architecture, we have learned headless architecture. So now in architecture toolbox, we have new architecture, which is the headless architecture. And if you look at the pattern and principles, we have monolithic first strategy comes from the modular monolithic architecture, and we have also now separated UIs. And we learned this in this chapter. Now we can refactor our design as per our toolbox, which including these items. So here you can see that the final architecture design for our e-commerce application, which is applying the modular monolithic architecture with using the single page applications for separated UI, front-end and back-end applications. So you can see in here, this time we have a front-end and back-end applications. We have two servers and we have applied the modular monolithic architecture. In the back-end side, you can see that these are the modules for the e-commerce applications. So that means now our application are growing with the new features. So now our business teams has requested a lot of new features in the front-end UI side, and we need to organize better with applying separated UIs and modular approaches. So the main idea of this architecture is separating front-end and back-end applications. In the front-end applications, we provide to develop UI related tasks into the different single page applications. By this way, we can update front-end independently of the services. And you can see that we have two instances for single page application. So that means we can independently scale these front-end and back-end application. Front-end application we have two instances, back-end application we have three instances. So in the back-end application we have modular monolithic application which implement actual business logic, and we have exposing APIs to front-end single page application to communicate with each other. By this way we have encapsulate the business logic, and we provide the reusable codes and easy to refactor and better organized for the dependencies and the teams. And if you look at the database, see that we have still one big relational database, but this time we can separate the product and order schema and manage them independently. So as you can see that we have designed our e-commerce application as a modular monolithic architecture with using the single page architecture application, separated UI for the front end and back end application. Now we can handle good amount of requests in our e-commerce application, and our business teams happy for now. So next video we will talk about the technology choices in this architecture.